I actually like smaller, intimate settings. That way we can have a little bit more open dialogue and back and forth conversation. But thank you guys for joining us in our Tuesday's call. We're just waiting a little bit for our guest to arrive. He did already speak to Nick. Give me 1 second and let me send it to him. He's asking for the link. So give me 1 second. Oh, never mind. Nick sent it to him. But yeah, anyway, while we wait for him, you guys want to just do a quick recap of any wins or anything you guys are working on in your business this past week? I was out last week, so I'm sorry I didn't get to hop on with you guys. But any big wins that has taken place in your business since we last spoke?
I have a property under contract I'm very excited about.
Hey, what area?
It's in New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah, kind of a tough get there. But
gotcha.
Very hard zoning regulations in New Jersey.
Great. And it's a deal that you're about to like relist or take down. What are you doing with it?
Just we found a buyer,
Nice.
worked through the zoning issues, and it's going through a closing on Friday.
Hey, shout out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. We do have our guest on. Justin, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, of course. Excited to be here, guys. How is everybody?
Likewise. Doing well, doing very well. Excited to be back. I was out last week because I was moving around or moving into my new place. So now that I'm settled in, ready to get back to work.
I love it.
Yes, sir.
Well, good. Well, I think this is kind of just a jump off. I think we might do another one next week, but wanted to kind of at least introduce myself here to this group. Is this so echoey that it's annoying?
No, you sound good to me.
Okay. So I think the best way for me to kind of start off with you guys is to see how I can help, and I'll do a little rewind. I'll let you know who I am, because it's not necessary that everyone knows me. I've been around a very long time. I've been doing this business of real estate investing that we all love so much for 18 years. I've been an entrepreneur for 20. I've done thousands and thousands of deals. I've done apartments, storage facilities, but the majority of what I've done is single family space. I've done land, I've done development. I've just been around a long time. And so when Nick and I started talking, he said, hey, is there a way that you can kind of plug into my community a little bit to see if you can help people gain more traction, right? Do more deals, gain more traction, regardless of what kind of deals, right? Regardless of being a single family flip or a BRRRR or land or sub two, it doesn't matter, right? He's like, you just know how to help people get further faster with the leads that they have. And I said, I'd be happy to plug in and just, help them one way or another and see if they can take what you guys built here, Francisco, and what you guys do here at Lead Mining and get more deals. I mean, that's really what the idea is to be able to get more deals than you currently are getting. And so for me, with such a small group like this, frankly, I kind of want to just get to know the handful of you guys. Where are you at? What are you doing? What are your challenges? Are you trying to do it locally? Are you trying to do it virtually? Are you wholesaling? Are you fixing flipping? Are you, so just getting to know everybody. I think that'd probably be the easiest thing. When you have a small group like this, it's a lot easier to try to understand who you guys are, where you're at, and see if I can help you guys.
Yeah. And real quick, Justin, I think I just got hit by a ton of bricks because as you were talking, your voice sounded very familiar. Did you just recently speak at the Emporia event?
I did.
I was like, I just seen you speak at the Emporia event. So
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to I don't know where you went after you got off stage. I didn't get a chance to like come up to you and introduce myself. But while you were so just to give you guys a backstory, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I went to an event that a title company that I network with was having, and Justin was actually the opening speaker at that event. And he gave a very amazing like speech and stuff like that as far as mindset, basically like systemizing the real estate process and making sure that you adhere to certain standards in your business. So as you started talking, as soon as you said 18 years, I was like, you were speaking at that event because you mentioned that during your keynote. So
that's me. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it's when you start the day off, like right tonight, I'm actually speaking at an event here in Miami and I'm the last speaker, right? So a different frame. So when you start the day, I got to get people's mind right, right? Because you guys were about to experience a lot of speakers, and so,
Mhm.
anyways, yeah, there's not a phase of this business I haven't been through. I've eaten a bunch of shit sandwiches. I've dealt with it. I've had
So,
challenges. If there's something I can help, if nothing else, everybody, if I can help you avoid the potholes, right? And some of the potholes could be like people always think they need more leads, but sometimes they just need more conversion, right? And so but I appreciate that, Francisco. I was there. I'm speaking again tonight. I'm speaking again tomorrow night. So I'm on kind of a speaking tour, if you will. But happy to be here, happy to pour into this community, happy to pour into you guys, see how I can help you, just depending upon where you guys are at. Because
okay.
my first time meeting all of you. So Sherry, nice to meet you. Sadai, Griffin, Joy, and obviously Francisco.
Sweet.
Appreciate
And
Nice to meet you
and
as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I
So,
don't mind if you guys want to raise your hand, like the little virtual hand. If you just want to speak up, I'm really easygoing. I've run Zoom calls pretty much my entire life is Zoom calls. Uh, so however you guys want to do it, but want to kind of know more about you, maybe Joy, just because you did throw on the camera. I really appreciate that, by the way. I appreciate when people put themselves on camera. I know for girls, it's like my hair and I'm like, I appreciate you guys being on camera. Joy, Sherry, thank you. Francisco needs some hair stuff, but that's okay. We'll deal with him later.
yeah.
But yeah, Joy, why don't you start? Why don't you tell me a little about what you got going on?
yes. So I've been joining this call from the very beginning, but I kind of hit a wall. And so I would say 2024, I was going hard with initially with houses, and then land became very, sexy. And then I said, let me try to do land. And I joined a cohort of the Apke brothers. They're doing land. And so I did, but I didn't find my place, and I didn't really get my hands around just the content and really making sure that I understand it. And did a couple of leads with Nick, and they didn't really go anywhere for me. And it didn't really translate to that particular cohort. So 2025, I'm still here. I still have a desire to do deals. A little bit of my background is that prior I have a couple of investment properties, have some doors, but I really want to move, have more cash flow. So I'm like, all right, let me get into wholesale, and then also to have access to more properties. So I was like, all right, let me do this, and I found some success. I've had one or two properties close
Yeah.
last year, but since then I've just kind of fallen flat.
So are you doing this full time or are you doing it part time?
Part-time. I have a full-time job, and I think that has kind of like kept me very busy.
Sure.
And then I think the other piece is that investing in leads, and just I've spent money here and there. And anytime I do, it's like such a big move and such a like, yes, but then they don't really go anywhere. And then it just kind of puts me back into that analysis paralysis. So that's, I'm like, I know I need to spend money on leads. I know I need to like get in front of sellers. But I'm just like, okay, I feel like I'm back at ground zero every time I have a
Mm.
lead
Yeah.
campaign that goes out, or something that I purchase to help me with lead generation.
So did you do any deals? You have a couple rentals. Did you do any like transactional wholesaler flips in that time period?
I did two, and I worked with another wholesaler, and I was able to close two deals, talk to a bunch of sellers. I was able to do, I mean, I'm in Dallas, and they were in like the Temple, Texas area.
Yeah.
So I'm new, but not like completely, you know.
Yeah, well, the reason why there's no wrong answer, right? But for me, again, I've been coaching people for over a decade. The thing that I try to help newer investors, some people might be brand new on this call. I don't know everyone yet. Joy, you're the first person, but like to me, I want to create certainty. The first thing I need Joy or Sherry or Sadai or Griffins or Matrix, they need to be certain this can work and they can do it. If I can help you gain certainty, then I can help you build confidence. Make sense? And so
Yes.
the fact that you've done two wholesale transactions, which are just transactional real estates, um,
Mhm.
you have a level of certainty because you know it works. You know, you got, I don't care if you got paid $500 or 5,000 or whatever. You're like,
Mhm.
oh, this actually works. Got it. Okay. Now what I would say is someone like myself or whoever, now I want to help you build confidence. Because once you can get confidence and do more, then it becomes consistency. And when you bridge that gap from like uncertain to certainty to confidence, that's where the trajectory starts to hit, right? And so
Mhm.
um I don't want you or anyone on this call to make having a job an excuse. Um, I've seen it for a decade. The people who make it a priority to win in real estate investing and make this a thing, they don't have to make it their full-time thing. Okay. But if they're like, I want to win at this, I want this, they make it work. And I'll give you just an example. I have a community called REI Live. Okay. Every day, Francisco heard me like hardcore. I'm so passionate about this because it's quite literally the thing I believe. And part of the reason why Nick wanted me to talk to everybody is I spend 2 calls a day, somewhere between 2 to 3 hours per call, 2 calls a day, working with newer investors, converting the deals, whether it's direct to homeowner, whether it's with agents, whatever it is. It's not coaching. It's not $10,000. It's not $15,000. It's literally REI Live, Real Estate Investing Live, every day, Monday through Saturday. And the difference between someone who's uncertain to gain certainty and then to gain confidence is there's not enough people out there like myself. And a little bit more about myself. I've been coaching for well over a decade. I used to charge 10, 15, 20, $25,000 for coaching. I no longer do that because I don't want to get rich off of you guys. I want to get rich with you. I want to do deals with you. I want us to do those deals. I want you to go from, I have some certainty, my confidence isn't quite there yet, it's not really taking off, to gaining confidence, to being fully certain. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And so the best way that I would tell you as a moment in time, because I don't have, a lot of time with just joy, but like if
Mhm.
you are doing the right actions every day and prioritize those actions, and I don't know what you're doing yet, right? So I haven't asked a lot of questions, then you can do it because there's a guy named Mo in my community. He has 2 jobs. He has a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. After his 9 to 5, he goes and works at In and Out till 2 in the morning, 4 days a week. 4 days a week he does this. He has 3 daughters or 3 children. He has a wife. And he did 2 deals in February where not only did he get the deal, contracted the deal, I sold it for him and he collected 2 checks in February. He has every reason to make an excuse why he can't. But when I gave him this speech, if you will, it just really resonated with him. He really
Mhm.
got it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He said, okay, I'm not gonna try to outthink you, Justin. I'm gonna go, you're gonna tell me what to do, and I'm gonna do it. And every day he would jump on these calls at REI Live. He would literally transition the call from whether it be a homeowner or realtor to me. He would start the conversation, I would finish it, I would get it contracted, and we split the deal 50-50. And I use him as a great example of like, I don't care where you guys are all at in life. I don't care if you have a W-2 job or 2 W-2 jobs, or if you have children or have 4 children. Like he's a shining example that he just made it a priority. And when something becomes a priority, it gets done. Does that make sense, Troy?
Absolutely.
You're
Absolutely.
obviously very well spoken. You have rentals, you have deals done that you've done in the past. To me, speaking to you of 4 minutes, like I don't know much, but I'm just like, I just feel like you're not as certain as you were, and that has waned your willingness to kind of go get it.
Yeah,
And so your prioritization of this isn't there.
absolutely. You've
Is that
hit
a
it
fair
on.
assessment?
That is a fair assessment. Absolutely.
All right.
But I definitely can value the piece about the real estate call. So I definitely will try to connect with you just because I think that where I've kind of made some connections with sellers and I've kind of moved, I've gotten stuck a bunch of times and not really having much resources, trying to reach out to people and then just not really finding much. I'm just kind of like, kind of like, all right, life starts lifing, and then I kind of let it be.
I like how
So
you said that life starts lifing. I'm trying to grab something. I can't get it, which is
I don't know
but
where.
that's I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna steal that from you, Joy. Because that is the consistent. Life is gonna keep punching us. It doesn't matter, right? Like I don't care how much money you make or how far down the road you've gone or um it punches, right? All of us. It doesn't matter. And so life keeps lifing. I love that. So yeah, and so if I can encourage you, girl, and I'll put I'm not here to necessarily sell you guys, right? But I am very passionate about this. Francisco for sure has heard me get very passionate, because I know how much of a life changer this can be. It's literally $197 a month to have 5 calls with me on them, talking to the seller for you. You don't have to underwrite the deal. You don't have to comp the deal. You don't have to figure out the motivation. I do it. All you have to do is start the conversation and allow me or my general manager, Anthony, to do it for you. Right now, we split the deal 50-50. That's why I don't have to charge you guys 10 grand. I want to get rich with you. I don't want to get rich off of you. I did that. I'm not, just so we're clear, I'm not shaming all the coaches out there. I'm not. I was that coach for a decade. Okay. I just chose differently. God talked to me at the end of last year, basically saying, do more deals and create more value. And I said, all right, well, then I want to do more deals with people and not charge them a bunch of money, but we'll do deals together.
Yeah.
And so I'll throw it in here. I would love for you guys to all join. Nick literally said, hey, if they can work with you, they're going to get more deals and they're going to be a better client to lead mining. And I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to. So the link is literally in the chat. I'm not here to just sell you guys. I promise. I just, I'm passionate about working with you guys. There's 2 levels. There's a general level. You have 1 call a day, Monday through Friday. The calls go for 2 to 3 hours at a time. It is negotiating, making offers. It's called REI Live. We are doing deals. It is not just coaching and talking at you guys, right? We are on the phone. I am on the phone. There's a premium level. You have an extra call every single night. So essentially, Monday through Thursday, you have 2 calls, plus we have a call on Saturday. All negotiating, calling agents, comping deals, making offers, period, end of story. It's about doing deals. So if that's something that appeals to you, Joy, or anybody, as you guys hear me talking, I would love nothing more for you to be a part of that. And I keep it affordable. And I'm gonna say something that may turn everyone off, may not. Some people have said, Justin, why isn't it free? If you care so much, why isn't it free? Because I'm 43 years old and I've been coaching for over a decade. And the one thing I'm very aware of is when people don't pay for something, they don't pay attention.
Yeah, that's true.
So I need something there to have them like, all right, I'm paying $200 a month. Like, I got to get going. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So,
no, absolutely.
again, would love for you to be there. And this is just for you specifically. I think it's a function of you have the leads, your certainty is waning. You're not totally certain you can get over these conversations. This is where I'm walking the walk with you, right? That's the difference. That's what I want to do for everybody in the space that isn't quite there, right? So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Motivation I needed today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sherry, what's up with you? How's your journey been? Talk to me.
I've been flipping land for about 5 years. I think this is year 6 I'm in now. I do pretty well. I I consistently am closing about one deal a month, I would say, on average, and it's been fine. It's my full-time job. I don't do anything else. But I'm at the point now where I feel like I want to up the ante a little bit and uh just do more. So I'm trying to get organized for that next leap right now.
So what does that look like for you?
Um, I'm gonna send out larger campaign and hire a VA through a place that I already know where they're trained already for land. So I'm gonna interview him in the next 2 weeks, hopefully, and take it from there.
Okay. So you're doubling down on marketing, which in hopes would get you what kind of goal? You're doing one a month. Are you hoping to just double it, get two a month?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be good.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just doing mediocre, you know. I could do so much more. I know I can. So I just want to up it a little bit.
So you just got to believe it before you see it.
I do believe it.
Well, then you got to go. I mean,
Yeah.
you know Francisco here, and
Yep.
I can be here as often as you need, but it's so good for you. That's the right decision.
Yeah.
So one of the only piece of advice I'd give there, since you're already actively doing these one a month, and you probably have your own formulas on what, but make the decision on what you want this to look like. Like decide clearly at
Mhm.
the end of 2025, what does my business look like? What did I do? Like if Sherry runs into Justin at an event and comes up to me and says, "Oh my God, I saw you on this Zoom call, and I want you to tell me how 2025 went and why it was the best year in business." What does that look like? What would you tell me? Right? And then walk that backwards.
Map it
Okay,
out.
well, if you need two deals a month and you're currently spending 3 grand a month in marketing and you need to double that, and what, so you just need to get very clear, not just deal flow and money, but what does it look like with your time?
Yeah.
Because the thing I think a lot of people undervalue when they say, I want to do more and go bigger and get more, the amount of time that also plays into it. I
Yeah.
know land's slightly different to some extent, but you got to be clear on what you're willing to invest, because if you want to make big money, it usually means big time.
Well, that's why I want to hire a VA for one thing. And there are also now lots of tools available that are really helpful. Like the Francisco was just telling me about land stats, and I've been looking at that, and it's great. I mean, there's
Yeah,
quite a few of them now that are out there that and things like AI that kind of shrink your time that are
love that.
very helpful. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, if you get some clarity on that, then it is just about doing it,
Yeah.
and you just got to go. So it sounds like you're ready. You sounds like you're ready to pull the trigger.
Hmm.
The only suggestion I'll say, and not to bog you down, but don't, if you're going to double your marketing spend, which it sounds like that's what you're going to do,
Hmm.
give yourself a 6 month runway. Don't start to, oh man, I didn't get two deals this month, and now it's been 2 months in a row that I didn't get
Yeah.
two deals, and then start to pull back your marketing spend, because that is the recipe for what I've seen for thousands of people, which you pull back to the mediocrity of where you're at
Hmm.
because you feel comfortable there.
So you're saying keep the marketing going at the higher level, no matter how many deals you're closing, just keep it going. Yeah.
That is correct.
Even out. Mhm.
Because then it's not a function. Well, first of all, for clarity purposes, if the marketing is literally terrible, terrible, like if the results are off the charts bad, okay, I'm not saying keep going and doing that, but it doesn't sound like it would be that way. You're not changing, you're just adding more money. So you should see similar results.
Mhm. And
Um,
and going into better markets, I think just based on these tools that I've been looking at, I one of the things I've been looking at on Landstats is the markets that I've already done, and they're not that great.
sure. And you
You
did it
know,
in not great markets.
I know. So
And so
yeah,
that's where the
better.
confidence, now you can do that, right? So regardless of you doubling your deal flow or doubling your income, you can't, when you start to push forward marketing spend, you can't pull it back. And so just I give you caution that I don't need you to like break your bank next month to say, all right, well, I'm doing it, I'm doubling down, but I can only do that 1 month. And if I don't get two deals or X amount of money, I can't keep doing that. Then don't do that.
Okay.
Increase incrementally relative to the runway you need to give yourself to make the money, to get the deals done. Does that make sense to you? Like
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen it
I
too
get it.
often.
Yep.
People get the hero, like the hero, I'm going for it all in, blah, right? And then they literally blow all their money on 1 month of marketing, and they have to revert back to the mediocrity of like, all right, let me just get back to kind of being consistent. Now they're gun shy and they don't usually go for it again.
Yeah, I won't be doing that. I am very cautious. You know, I have a mortgage and a kid in college and all kinds of things that
Yeah.
I have some overhead in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't? Well, good. Okay. Well, if you have those two rules, I think game on.
Yep. Thank you.
You're very welcome. If you guys want to jump in or see what I can do, Griffin, Sadai, Jorge, Carlos, Matrix.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, my man?
Yeah, nothing much. Though. So, basically, what I got going on is pretty much land. Um, I haven't been doing it too long. I started last year. I've done a few deals,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to like basically pivot from the model I've been using. I've been doing infill, and I'm trying to switch over to like rural rec. The only issue with that is like what's the word? Like the market selection for it, right? Is this group I was trying to join, trying to see if I get in that group first. But they got the whole thing down. But I was trying to see how to get into it before I got into the group because like the barrier of entry for like the money they're asking for is too much to get into the group at the moment, right? So I'm trying to see if there's like a easier way to market for it, right? And get into the basically that side of the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Sherry's doing something. I know Francisco, I think you're doing some land. I mean, I don't do land specifically. I bought land because I wanted to scrape the home and develop and doing the infill stuff that you're talking about, right? But
Okay.
I don't target land. I think, like anything else, I believe you can do most of this shit for free. I don't believe you need a big marketing budget, right? Now, I'm not saying go to YouTube and like, oh, you can do YouTube and everything's free. No, no, no. But they're like realtors are a real thing, right? And if you're not leveraging realtors, you're likely missing some level of deal flow. It may not be one a month, but what if it's for this year? What is one a quarter for free? $0 in marketing. And so those are the little things that like as you start to look at your business or take it serious, the hustle effect has to come in, right? Is what am I willing to do to grind it out to go find those pieces of land, right? And again, a lot of people treat realtors transactionally. They think about the listing they have, whether it's a piece of land or a real estate, whatever, but they don't realize it's about the longevity of the relationship, that over time that realtor could get you land deals every year forever. And if you start the relationship with not worrying about the one listing that you're going after, because maybe it's not even really a deal for you, but you tell them what you're looking for and that you're going to continue to nurture the relationship and follow up with the relationship, that realtor likely is going to circle back around with you at some point saying, hey, I found whatever you're targeting, 10 acres out in Macon, Georgia, right? And you're like, all right, I can do that, right? Or whatever it would be. But you can do it for free. You don't need to go spend a bunch of money.
Okay, so you're saying basically use realtors for acquisitions instead of just dispositions.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's perfect.
Okay.
Realtors are tough to deal with, right?
Yeah.
That is for sure. But it's free, right? So this is the same thing, land or single family homes, same concept. So a lot of the people in my group at REI Live, they don't have a big marketing budget because they're just trying to get going, right? And so I tell them, work with realtors. So like we are doing deals every week on market, on the MLS. And people are like, there's no deals on the MLS. I'm like, these newbies who don't even know how to do it yet are getting deals and making money because they're just doing the right thing. They're taking the right actions that will move their needle, and realtors can do that. But a lot of times you don't have the person or a coach or whatever like leaning into like, hey, develop the relationship. Don't worry about the listing. Develop the relationship with the agent. Don't be so transactional about a listing.
For sure. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Sadaya or Jorge or Neil, Carlos, Matrix. Unmute yourself, see what I can do, see if I can help you out.
It's my first time here. So, my name is Neil. So I'm out of Dallas
Cool. What
and
are you
wholesaling.
nice? How many deals have you done or brand new or where are you at?
I got 3 under contract right now, and previously about 4 deals.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
What is your so you've done 4 deals
Yep.
and you're getting these all through lead mining?
No. I just got them from Facebook ads. I got them on PPL and just word of mouth.
Oh yeah, Neil. What who's running your Facebook ads? Are you doing it or do you have an agency running?
Uh, the one, it was just the one actually. I got it through a company, PPC company, and they ran a Facebook ad for me, and they're like, "I got this deal if you want it," and I just took it on. And
Nice.
I just said, okay. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I just took it on.
Yeah, I
Threw
like it.
myself in the water.
That's the best way to do it, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you can sink or swim, but either way you
yeah.
win.
So that's how so I kind of missed some of the meeting, but my question would be is you were talking about MLS, right? Like I have my sister and my cousin's sister, she's a real estate agent here in Dallas. That I can just drive to her house and one way to work with her, what would be your best advice?
So it's a little tricky with family, right? Because the realtor, like, I mean, I'll just shoot you guys straight. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
wouldn't. Because you really, if you are going to target realtors, you really want to go directly to the realtor that has the listing. You don't want a realtor working for you, if that makes sense.
No, what I'm saying is, what if she just lets me, what if she's sitting next to me and we're just looking at houses and then we pick up the phone and work with
Oh
and
yeah.
find that agent? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. So just that's all you would do. I would start smiling. I mean, and I know you came in late, but this is what we do on reilive.co. There's a link in the chat. Every day, 5 days a week, this is what we do all day long is calling agents and calling homeowners. And so I would have her sit down next to you and you'd go through the market that you'd want to do, which would be Dallas or DFW or Arlington or wherever you want to be. And you can do
Okay.
it completely virtually. That's the nice part about the MLS. Like there's sources like REI Lead Machine. REI Lead Machine is a great resource to get like I know Sherry's doing land. You can get land there, you can get listings there across the nation, right? And so you can just jump on something like that and call realtors anywhere. You don't have to be in DFW or in Texas in general.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is to be nationwide. So like just look for deals nationwide, honestly.
Yep. And so something like that would be huge because you can go to REI Lead Machine, you can go to any city, any state,
And it's called REI.
lead machine, REI Lead Machine.
Hold on, I'm gonna write this down real quick. Sorry.
No worries. I think I even have it up because we use it so freaking much. Uh, here we go. I can't share my screen.
I got you, Justin. Hold on. Go ahead. You should be able to now.
Okay. Yeah, so REI Lead Machine. This is it. But like if you wanted to go virtual, let's just say you wanted to get out of Texas or out of Dallas or whatever, you get
Yeah.
yourself an account and you can go pick a city, right? Like whatever, Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? And you can go there and then you can just go something as simple. I'm just making this up for simplicity's sake. You can go filters and you want to go listing info and you just want to say active and let's just say days on market 60 plus days. Boom,
What does it cost
658
on
active
here?
listings in Tulsa, Oklahoma for over 60 days. Doesn't guarantee these are great deals. Just, I mean, I'm just showing you quickly how quickly you could start calling agents.
Yeah, you just pick up the phone and start calling.
That's right. And it's the whole point is you want to build a relationship with the agent, right? You want to be like, you don't just call and care only about the listing. You want to call and, hey, tell me the story here. Why has it been on the market for, however many days? And, have you received offers? Why didn't they take the offers that you received, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, I'll try that out.
So, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, you can go in here and comp properties and whatever, but that allows you to be virtual.
I
Justin,
appreciate
you
it.
think though, Justin, real quick, you think that this will be good for land too?
Yeah. Right. And so, I mean, I don't target land specifically, but just let's choose somewhere. Sherry or Francisco, where do you like to play?
I'm all over Florida, so do Palm Coast in Florida.
Okay, and then so they have 49,000 listings, and you just go into filters, and you would go into property type. I would go, I don't want single family homes, condos, townhomes, multis, or apartment. I would just want land,
Oh, that's fire.
maybe other. 11,000.
Wow, there we go.
Now you could, then you start going, well, then you can start going lot size, right? So, whoa.
Oh, so is this telling you how many vacant land parcels there are in that whole area?
This is did I do listed?
Not how many are for sale, right?
That's correct.
So it's more like a data tree versus a Zillow.
Yep. And then, but then you could even say, let's just say, Sherry, you wanted to call just the agents because you want to start using that as a resource. Then you have these 11,000, and then you say, okay, well, how many are actually active on the MLS?
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
554 active on the MLS out of 11,000.
Okay.
So that means you have
Dang.
10,500 that you could direct mail that no one is seeing right now.
That's really cool.
Yep. I use this for everything in my business, comping properties, direct mail, skip tracing, like it's all in here. It's just a pretty robust system.
Is there a fee for it?
Yeah, there's three. Let's see.
I'll check it out. That's okay.
Yeah, there's 3 levels. There we go. So most people could just do the monthly one, I would guess, unless you need the elite one. But so $39.99, $199.
Okay. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. And I use it, like, again, doesn't matter land. I use it for all things.
Sweet. Oh yeah, this is fire. Private lenders.
Yeah. I send mail to private lenders to go raise capital from here.
Nice.
Buyers are in here, cash buyers are in here. It's not like investor lift in that way, but like you can go get their information, send them mail to go find more buyers for land or single family homes or landlords. Yep.
Justin, in your community, do you have or allow the ability for members to JV within them with themselves too?
100%. The whole thing is about deal flow. So REI Live is always about like, if you need me or my team to help you acquire it or sell it as a wholesale, more traditional wholesale, then me and the member will just split it 50-50. But let's say, Francisco, you're like, dude, Sherry, I want that land, or I can sell that land, and you guys do it. I don't need anything. You guys do it. My whole point is to get you guys to the place of doing the deal, right? That's what I want for you guys.
And then real quick, also, I do want to kind of like give you your flowers as well too, because even when you presented the opportunity in REI Live, my immediate reaction was like, this took a left turn in a good way, because most people will like give the pitch or like the sales, close as like kind of like overselling an end result, so I really do appreciate and admire the fact that you were willing to do it with people like on an everyday basis, because the reality of the situation is you could be doing whatever else for your own personal business, but the fact that you're investing time to actually like get down in the weeds with people and then do it live, that's amazing, right? And that's kind of like what we want to emulate here as well too, but have a wide variety of kind of like house, land, different exit strategies as well too. And even I always tell the people here that come to this call, it's always going to be a learning experience, especially when you're doing stuff for other people, because I'm pretty sure there's situations that someone might bring you where even though you have vast experience, it's probably going to be new because every situation is different. You know what I mean? So
no doubt. Well, and the thing that Nick and I have talked about and is like if there's a world that we can combine this, right? You guys are getting leads, you guys are finding opportunities, but you're not where you want to be. If you can then take that and take my holding your hand shoulder to shoulder, walking the walk with you and doing it with you to gain the confidence, you're going to get more leads, you're going to end up doing more deals, etc. Right? And so the communal part is really, really big to be able to help the people that really want it. And you know, we just want people to actually become rich. We want them to achieve. There's so many people out there in the Facebook world, you know, they never get anywhere. And I was just tired of it. I was tired of watching people fail at this because everyone here can do it. Everybody, right? And just a cool thing about reilive.co, and this is where I really hope you guys hear me. I'm charging you because people don't pay attention to what they don't pay for. But I also want to pay you to be there. I want you to pay you to be a part of the community. So I'm just going to use Sherry and Francisco. Let's say Francisco or Sherry, you have a friend that would love to be a part of this. And you yourself join, but then you bring your friend in like, hey girl, we're going to go do this more land. And I know you're struggling a little bit and you want it, Justin can help us, blah, blah. Well, for that person, I'll start to pay you, Sherry, $50 a month from her 200. Just say thank you. I don't need to, but every time she pays me, I'll pay you. And on top of that, let's just say your best friend goes and gets a deal with me and we JV it. I'll give you 10% of my 50%. They'll get 100% of theirs, but I'll give you 10% of mine. Why? Because it's not about getting rich off of you. I want to get rich with you guys. I want deals to be done. So I'm creating just incentivization to be like, let's go do deals together. Use my 18 years experience. I've done this business for 18 years, thousands of deals. I'm very active, right? And so I just want you guys to leverage it. And it, again, I try to make it such a no-brainer for you guys to say, you know, to Francisco's point, like, I don't care if you're doing land, I don't care if you're doing apartments. Let's go get more deals done, right? And then work with each other. So what else? Neil, I appreciate bringing that up. Jorge, Carlos, Griffin, what are the challenges you guys are dealing with? Matrix? All right, all right. Maybe everyone's kind of at work and just listening.
I can go.
Hey, what's up, Sadaya?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So like everybody else, I'm focusing on land. I haven't really I haven't put out new campaigns yet since a few months ago, but this week I'm starting back. So I'm hoping that I can get some traction.
I love that.
But the
I love that.
previous problems that I had was just really just talking to sellers really, because most of them they want a high price or they're not interested. So that's the pushback
Yeah,
that I've been
and
getting. Yeah.
that's everyone's problem. I mean, that's not unique to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry has that problem. I have that problem. Francisco has that problem. That's not a unique thing. You're not saying something wrong, right? The sellers just want more money than what we're willing to pay for it at the moment. What you have to
Mm-hmm.
understand is our business is an event and timing business. That's what we're in. You need to have the right timing to contact that seller during an event that's happening to them, where they're motivated to get to our number. But there's a timing part to that, right? So you need to be in front of them during the time that they're having this event. Usually that event's negative, but it is, right? Financial or personal or health or whatever. But that's all it comes down to. You need to get enough motivation out of them because they're like, damn it, I'm getting a divorce and I need to sell this to finish the divorce and blah, 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 blah. So whatever, you know, that event will trigger them to be motivated.
Mm-hmm.
So keep going, keep going. Do not stop. The only way you quit or the only way you fail is if you stop.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. These past couple of months, I kind of slacked up a little bit, because
Yeah,
I
but
got
look
on my.
yourself in the mirror, right? Do exactly what you're doing right now. I'm not going to lie. My fault. I've been slacking.
Mhm.
That's exactly right. That recognition of you is what's going to help you propel to the next level, right? Because you say, all right, I got it. My fault. That's my bad. I wasn't working. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't making the calls. I wasn't, so good for you. Proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. But now that you recognize it, you got to do something about it, girl, right? You don't get to just be like, okay, well, I recognized it. No, no, no. That's like an alcoholic recognizing they're an alcoholic. You still got to
Yeah.
stop drinking. Like, so now you need to recognize it and then do something. Get on the phone, get uncomfortable, join my group, right? Like just get going, get me on the phone. I'll get on the phone with those sellers, right? And if
Mm-hmm.
Sherry joins, I'll tell Sherry to get on the phone because you guys are doing land. I'll like have her do it for you and you guys do it 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
So
Real quick,
all
Justin,
good, Carlos. Good.
no, I was gonna say, thank you, Sadia, for sharing that as well too.
Absolutely. 100%. Thank you for being open and vulnerable. And that takes a strong person to be able to do that. And so, especially in today's day and age where everyone wants to flex and, oh yeah, life is great. Do you guys ever find yourself, maybe it's just me and people I know, like someone's like, hey, how you doing? You're like having a genuine bad day. You're like, no, I'm great. Great day. You're like, no, it's not a fucking great day. It's been a brutal day. So come to realization, like you don't need to walk around saying, woe is me, but it's okay to like,
Mm-hmm.
hey man, I've been slacking. Hey man, today's been hard on me, right? I gotta pep it up. I gotta get going. So, having the mind control is really important, Sadaya. So I appreciate you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Can I say something about that too?
Yeah.
As far as sellers, I've gotten to the point where um, if a seller is hostile on the phone with me, and some of them are, even though they're supposedly a lead, I just get through the conversation and hang up and I don't even pursue it because I feel like if they're hostile and unfriendly, the whole deal is going to be difficult. So I don't even pursue those anymore. It's really hard to not pursue a deal. But for me, I'm getting a little more choosy now with who I want to work with because the whole process from beginning to end is a lot of work, as you know, and you want to be working with somebody who is at least friendly, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
I've had a few of those lately, and I'm like, see you later,
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, you can pick. That's the beauty of this business. You can pick and choose who you want to work with. Same thing with realtors, right? Like I'm kind of suggesting, hey, if you don't have a large marketing budget, start working with. There's some really shitty realtors, but then there's some really good ones, right? So you can pick and choose. You want to work with a really good realtor who's going to help you, or you do not, right? You don't need to work with shitty realtors. So absolutely, sure.
Or you can just text. You don't have to even call. There's a lot of leads I get. If the phone number's there, I just text them.
That's right.
And sometimes that's just easier.
Especially if they're already kind of being a pain in the butt, leaning into text.
Some people
Matrix, how
though
are you?
prefer the texting, I think.
Yeah.
Real
Hello.
quick. Oh,
Hey,
okay. Hey,
hey.
Matrix.
I am not Matrix. I
Oh,
do
I'm sorry.
not know who that is. I got this lead from or this link from Nick. So I don't know who Matrix is. And throughout the call, I kept hearing Matrix, Matrix, Matrix. And I thought, oh, that's me. But this is my first time here.
Cool.
I am in the land space. I have been selling land for a little over 5 years now. Um, just looking to, as Sherry said, maybe scale. I do this by myself, so I'm looking at a lot of systems to try to automate or multiply me, um, so that I can do twice as much with the help of some automations.
Mm. I would say Sherry and you are kind of along the same pathways. I mean, I think she might have some resources for you. I don't know if you saw REI Lead Machine as a way to
Yeah.
find more polling land, and you can send direct mail right through that, where you don't have to go call a different company. You could just do it right there, right through it. That removes one single layer. There's services in the tech space. I know one called rocketly.ai.
Okay.
So Rocketly, Ly, Rocket, Ly dot AI, they create automation for your lead flow as you guys are spending marketing money, right? And so auto communications, especially to Sherry's point, where you can have the AI start communicating with some of these people so you don't have to deal with the assholes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, these are things that I use, so I'll suggest them, but I like Rocketly.ai. I like REI Lead Machine. Those would be kind of my two. And then you and Sherry potentially would be able to reach out and figure it out.
Okay. I have a question for, is anybody on here using lead mining for leads at this point? Okay, thanks. I have a question. How do you, once they establish the lead, what's the best way to like convert that once it's handed over to you?
I love that you asked that. So I actually recorded a call that I did with the seller that I got from a lead that was generated from lead mining. And I just pretty much called her and then just started having a conversation. And I always pick up the conversation where the cold caller left off, right? So they even if they do or do not remember who they spoke to, I'll just say like, hey, you recently spoke to, when Nick sends you the lead, it tells you the cold caller's name at the bottom of it.
Right.
So then I'll just reference that person's name and just say like, hey, you recently spoke to so-and-so about 123 Main Street. I just wanted to follow up and get a little bit more information and, piggyback on the conversation that you had with them, because we're interested in, doing some business if you're interested in selling. And then it's just me personally, and everybody does it differently, but me personally, I like to have kind of like a discovery approach as opposed to a sales approach, right?
Okay.
And the first thing that I tell the sellers is, outside of buying land, oftentimes what I find when we buy these parcels of land is we're also buying the stories that come along with them. So tell me a little bit about, what you had in mind when you first initially bought it and what got you to the point of, considering selling right now. And then you just have kind of like an open dialogue with it right then and there.
Like that. I didn't want you guys to know I have a call here in 1 minute. I appreciate Francisco, appreciate you. Obviously I'll thank Nick. Sherry, I appreciate you venturing in.
Thank you.
Sadaya, I know Matrix, that's not your name, but I don't know if I caught your name. So great to officially.
I'm Jay.
Jay, great to officially meet you, Jay. Sadaya, appreciate you. Jorge, Carlos, Griffin, Francisco, I'm sure we'll be talking soon. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. I'll call you later on today because I did sign up for REI Live and I'm trying to access it, but it's having me pay again. So
did you go to the website reilive.co?
Yep.
Okay.
And then it sent me to the school community, but I'll just call you.
Text me or put your email in the thread right now. I'll send it to my team. Put it in the thread and I'll go check for you right now.
Just sent it.
There you go. All right. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to send it to my team right this second. And then I'll text you also.
Okay.
Boom. You want to put your phone number or give it to me or whatever? And then this is my personal cell. And that's another thing, and take it or leave it. But like, I'm so serious about this. Like, I want you guys to win in a big way. So like, I have no problem being able to give you my cell phone. A lot of people at my level probably wouldn't.
We're in a group chat with Nick, so I think I have.
Oh yeah, there you go. Boom. Done. Well, I appreciate you guys genuinely, and so I'm excited to have you, Francisco. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna make it super fun. Like, we're gonna gamify it. Like, I'm gonna fly people out to Miami. We're gonna go on yachts, not just for the point of like, I want people that are doing the right things, or leaders in this space, or leading other people, or getting deals done. I want to pour into them, right? So 1 days, masterminds, all that kind of stuff. So I'm getting excited, but I'll let you guys go because I do have a call in 1 minute. Appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys next week.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.